We are good. Alright, Zach. We are on the epilogue of your series now. I told you I wanted to do this, and so I want you just to rank all dungeons and raids that we have done on the tier list.
Oh boy.
So
Okay.
now, now I will say if you need anything, I'll say it in the video as well. I do have this playlist on the side if you need to just quickly look. But I already know you did some
Okay.
research beforehand. I
I
guess research.
did a good bit.
Yeah, so you should need it, but it's there just in case. Alright, and now with that out of the way, we're gonna go in the order that you've done it. So that would mean
My list. Huh?
the first one up would be Shadow Throne.
No. From worst to best, duality. Duality did not even get a rank because it did not earn the right to have a rank. In case you don't remember, I literally did not even give it a rank because the mechanics were okay, the gameplay was okay. The only drawbacks were all the spawn deaths and the no spawn bugs in that entire raid? Whatever it was? Okay, dungeon, that's what it was. Yeah. Mechanics, great. Gameplay, great. Bugs, ruined it. Ruined the whole thing. The amount of glitches and issues with the raid, that dungeon, made it so unenjoyable. I never rated it.
Yeah, I
And
forgot
I
about that.
refuse to. I refuse to ever give it a
Yeah,
rating
no,
because it does not earn one.
I remember in the series that you give it a 0 out of 10.
Yeah.
And that was like the bar
Horrible.
that we always use.
Yeah. 0 being duality. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never.
Alright.
If I never have to play it again, it'll be too soon. I'm never touching that again.
Alright,
F.
so
It's going in F.
Alright, and then let me ask this: do you want to make it like in the tier they're in?
Yes.
Alright, you see.
Don't worry. I did it for you. So the order they're going in is the order I put them in.
Alright, you just tell me what to put. Alright, Zach, what
Okay.
is next?
Next up, Pit of Heresy. That's going in F as well.
Now,
right behind Duality because Duality is still worse.
so you think like this?
Yeah.
Alright, is
Yeah.
there a reason why?
Yeah, I think we ranked it as a 10 to never play it again. Yeah.
Yes.
The main drawback was there was no help given in any form because I was a brand new player and I was just expected to know how all the mechanics work. In case you don't remember, this is where the airplane, sandwich, what does it mean came from. This is where it started. This was its breeding
Look.
grounds.
Oh, young. Yeah. Look, we didn't know how to properly, we didn't want to fully teach you the whole way, but also didn't want to, leave it out entirely. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I don't know why we thought that was a good idea. That really shows how bad we were at the beginning of the series. And then we just evolved over time.
Yeah, thankfully things got better.
Now I will say, since we're also doing this as well, I do want to give my opinion just on the video itself, since I'm the one that edited it. I will say, Pit of Heresy, I was so born to edit.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. It was terrible.
It was. Like don't get me wrong, the overall idea was good, but it was so boring.
Idea,
And
great. Execution,
and
disgusting.
it's also extremely outdated as well, because compare that to Vespa's Host, the last dungeon he did.
Yeah, actually.
Literally miles apart from each other.
Yeah, in just terms of mechanics alone.
Yeah. Pit of Heresy, all you have to do is, oh yeah, go and kill the Shrieker in 3 different areas, and the account is done. But in Vespa's,
Yeah.
it's like, it's like one of those, like you need to pick up the scanner, go and look for which ones to shoot. You shoot with the operator buff, drops a nuke, go to the middle.
Not to mention, the block button was a complete mystery because it was bound to the same key as one of my usables.
Yeah,
The
which
the
which I
melee button.
yeah, which I always found weird. I don't know why they
Yeah.
did that.
It's like I go to block because he tells me to block and I throw a melee weapon.
Yeah,
It
like I
was so stupid.
I don't understand that. And I'll also say with duality, for the longest time it was my favorite dungeon just because I love the mechanics of it, of just going into like the
Oh, I
dream
did too.
world. But
Yeah. It was
honestly,
that I will say
I'll
was actually really
I
good.
will say I will admit on video that after playing it with you, Zach, it dramatically dropped down for me. The amount of
Yeah.
bugs.
If it didn't have the bugs, it would probably be much higher. It was actually a really good raid.
Dungeon.
The only issue, you get the point. It was fun to play. The only issue with it was its main drawback, and that was all the bugs and the glitches in it. The no spawn bugs, the spawn death bugs. It just made it unplayable. It wasn't fun.
I'll be honest, like I remember like I thought they like fixed that by the time we played it. So that's why I wasn't worried of it like initially. Then it keeps on happening. I'm like, oh my god, Zach is gonna make this so low.
Yeah. If they had fixed it within the 2 year span of it coming out and to us playing it,
Yeah,
I probably would have ranked it higher.
it'll
Because
probably
it
never be
actually
fixed.
was fun.
Yeah, it like it's a I love like the overall mechanics, but the amount of bugs, I agree with you, Zach. It
I,
dramatically
I couldn't
dropped
stand
down
it.
in my ranking. Alright, but anyway, what's next?
Next up, still an F tier, Shattered Throne.
Jarathon? Alright, and where would you put this?
I would say it's actually a little bit above uh Pit of Heresy, but not above Duality. Duality is still the worst.
Alright. Alright.
So the game mechanics extremely confusing in the aspect of new players. If I was more seasoned, it probably wouldn't have been as bad. But since I was brand new to the game, I could not follow at
Yeah.
all. And not to mention, the picking up orbs and killing knights was not tailored for new players. And not to mention, the rooms were placed so close together, I got confused and mixed up and walked into the same room over and over and over again.
Yeah. And I will say, this was literally the first, like, end game content you've ever done. As well.
Yeah. And it was also the birthplace of my catchphrase.
Yeah, because Bungie. Oh, sorry. You want to say it?
Bungie hates new players.
Yeah. So,
That is where it started.
yeah, like, this is the only other dungeon where I feel like it is outdated because, remember, this was the first ever dungeon released. And, like, the mechanics, like super bare bone nowadays compared to now.
Yeah. And not to mention, when it was brought out, it was tailored around the original fan base, which is
Yeah.
great. However, you're sectioning off all these new players that want to play that raid, that dungeon. And I corrected myself. I corrected myself. But you're sectioning off all these people that want to play that dungeon and are just left in the dust because no one knows how to play it because they're brand new to the game. They don't understand how these mechanics work. The seasoned players, they're able to pick up on it because they've been playing Destiny for years.
Yeah.
But the new guys, they know nothing. They know none of this.
And that's honestly the whole point of the series.
I caught on to that real quick.
Yeah. Because I wanted to show that that the new play experience is bad, and that's the main reason why I thought of the series.
Yeah, had I started on Destiny 1, I probably would have had a better time with all of
Let's
them,
see, if
mind
we
you,
could
but not
have,
this one.
we would have, but it's not on PC. But yeah, like, um, Yeah, because this is still the early days of the series, so I didn't know how to properly edit like these like videos yet. So I'm pretty sure I literally just left like the like nearly the whole like thing in, and I did like a bunch of cuts.
I think so, just because I kept walking around in the same room over and over again.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out like how to do this properly and all that, and so that's the best I could come up with at the time. Now I will say, now that I have all this experience, um, and since we know that Kevin wants to do it again,
That poor man.
yeah,
Have him
no,
watch this video. Have him watch this video first before we do anything.
yeah, no, and so now, like as a result, like I now know how to edit more like clearly now.
Has he done any dungeons or raids yet?
Not yet.
Have him watch this video before anything else. He
Hi.
must see the pain that I went through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway, Zach, what's next?
Next up, our first D category. Woohoo! Brood of
Woohoo!
Nightmares.
Okay, we put that in S tier. Alright, so why is
No,
it in
no,
S tier?
no, no. I gave this thing a 2. It does not deserve S.
Well, to be fair, you would have made it a lot lower, but you said, I'm pretty sure if I'm correct, I think you said a 2 because we did 2 times. Alright, but
No, it was because I still thought it was better than Pit of Heresy, Duality, and Shattered Throne.
yeah. But this is now the worst raid for you. Why is that?
It took so many tries. And not to mention the mechanics were just overall confusing. I probably would have enjoyed it more had I had basically another campaign with similar mechanics. I don't really know how to explain it. Basically, if I had a sneak peek as to what the mechanics for this raid were, or this is it a raid or a dungeon?
It's a raid.
Okay. Had I had a sneak peek at what the mechanics were for this raid, I probably would have rated it higher. Because overall, it wasn't bad. Just the main thing that got to me was the mechanics took so long to understand. And the fact we had to do it over and over and over again, it just got repetitive and was just overall unenjoyable. I hated it at the end of it.
Yeah. And I will say, from a editor standpoint, this is like a little, behind the scenes secret here. We had to do it 2 times. Because the first time my OBS messed up on my recording software, and the visual, like one of it only captioned my voice. That was it. And so obviously you couldn't make the video about that. So we had to do the
Yeah.
whole thing over again.
Yeah, and the first time around took what, 3 or 4 different tries before we finally got it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then the second time around, it was the same story.
let's see. If I remember correctly, I think I remember correctly. This actually took a couple months to come out. I think because for some reason the RG gods never wanted us to release this video.
Yeah, actually.
I think this was the way, because Zach, if I remember correctly, did your PC died around this time?
Yep.
And
It was
then
right then and there. I had a corrupted Windows update.
yeah, and then we had Oscar, who is I believe he broke his leg. I think, right?
Yeah, he like fell off a roof or something.
Yeah. So
It
I
was
was
just
like, it was literally one after another. Like, and
everything was going wrong.
yes, and it was truly the root of nightmares. Now, I will say, Zach, I don't know if you agree with me on this. For me personally, like I hate this raid. It's my least favorite raid. So I'll agree with you on
I
that.
do too.
But the only encounter I decently like is like the planet encounter. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
Where you have to like
Okay.
switch the planets around.
Yeah, that
That
one wasn't bad. I actually kind of liked it
yeah.
because it kind of played with your mind a little bit.
And plus, on top of that, it was the only encounter in that whole raid that actually drastically changed. Like, literally,
Yes.
you noticed that. Like, literally every single encounter, you literally like you're going from like one place to another, going back in the buff, shooting it. Now then you go to like the planet's encounter, be like, oh yeah, you need to move this planet around.
Yeah, it was a needed break nonetheless because everything
Yeah.
else it just literally just felt like copy paste. Oh, next encounter copy paste. Oh, final end copy paste.
Oh yeah, and
It
I will
just felt so
say,
repetitive.
and thanks to Oscar, somebody that like Sherpa essentially, he actually made a great intro for this for this raid.
Yeah, and misspelled my name.
Yep. But yeah, overall, like this raid was not fun. I'll agree with you on that one.
Ugh, I
Recording
hated
it,
it.
I hated it. I hated doing it. I am not excited to do it with Kevin. But anyway,
I'm just gonna skip that one.
anyway,
I'll
Zach.
join after.
Anyway, Zach, do you have any other thoughts about this?
Oh, my thoughts are just the fact that it's still better than duality, so that's all that really matters.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one. Alright, what is next,
Oh,
Zach?
we're still in D tier. We're gonna be here for a little bit. Warlord's Ruin.
Oh, okay.
That
Now,
one got a 2.
where would you put this? Do you think it's worse than Root Nightmares, or
I would actually. It was
so?
slightly worse than Root of Nightmares. Root of Nightmares was not as bad. The only reason I'm saying that is because Warlord's Ruin had a terrible user interface, game mechanics, awful, and the thing I hated most of all is the lack of knowledge about the game, the lore, the mechanics themselves. It was seen as a handicap, and you were punished for it.
Um, for Warlord's Ruin, you do have to admit, the overall like atmosphere of being in like a medieval castle is kind of dope.
That, yeah, that was cool. That was cool. I will admit that.
Yeah,
But I wanted to give it a 5 just because of that, but just the UI, the user interface, the mechanics, and the fact that not knowing anything and being a new player was a punishment was it just ruined it for me. I just could not enjoy it afterwards because it felt like I was being punished for being new to the game.
yeah, it definitely
I can't
punished you.
stand that.
Because like there were like the mechanics there. If you didn't know, it would actually kill you.
Yeah,
Quite
I can't
literally.
even tell. I probably died more times on that one encounter. What encounter was it?
If I'm thinking of, it's the final encounter. Is it the one where you have to like pass off like the buff?
Yeah,
Yeah, that is the
if you're
final. That's the final encounter.
yeah, because if you've already played the game before, you know to look for certain buffs and what they'll do at the end of it. The problem is, if you're new to the game, you don't know that. So when it gets to 0, you just die. I think I
Yeah.
died on Warlord's Ruin more times than any other game.
Um, I, I think I'm trying to think. I think you did. I think. I think you
Yeah,
definitely
because
died the most in it.
what would be a close second? Probably Vesper's Host.
Vespa's host or maybe Crota because of that one like the very beginning where you had to like
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sure we'll get to that one.
Oh, it's not far.
Alright, but anyway, Zach, any other thoughts?
Nope.
No. Alright, what is the next one?
A D rank. Crota's End.
Ah, hey, speak about Crota's End.
um. Hmm. I would say put it right in the middle. It's not better. It's not worse than Root of Nightmares, but it's not really worse than Warlord's Ruins. Right in the middle.
Yeah. Alright.
So this one also got a 2. Game mechanics, horrible. And same thing with the last one. Lack of game knowledge and lore was punished. And the thing that really dragged the score down was the fact that the very first encounter made no sense to me and felt like a giant game of hot potato.
I mean, it kind of was, if you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm full. Someone grab it. No one grabbed it. Dead.
Yep. Now,
I. Pff.
I will say, like that's like the most like I don't like the opening encounter is just boring because you literally
It
walk slow
is.
the whole time. I remember like recording this, um, like it was not fun because I'm look Zach. I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember that we had to take multiple days to just complete the opening encounter?
Yep. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah, guys. Another behind the scene footage, like no secret. Um, it was getting past like 2 hours, and we could not get it past, so we had to literally do it on a whole nother day, I believe.
yeah, because each one of these just took. Don't get me wrong. There were some that were over and done with in like an hour, and those are the ones that got higher up votes and higher up rankings because they didn't take long, they were easy to understand, and they were enjoyable. But the ones at the very bottom of this list just took forever to do or had to be done multiple times because I wasn't understanding any of it.
Yeah, but Zach, you also gotta think like let's just say that if we did it during the day instead of the time we always did, I think we will all be in like the first like try, or at least like the first like session. I guess is probably the best way to put
Yeah,
it. But
maybe.
since like we always have to play at nighttime,
Yeah, you're not gonna like
so
this next one.
they gave us like a time crunch. But
Kinda.
anyway, any other thoughts about Coda Zen?
No, I
No,
wouldn't say so.
no. All right. What's next?
So, one, two, three, four. There's four spots left. So, hmm. I would say this is a D tier, but at the very end, because it's not as bad as any of the others. Last Wish.
Last wish. Okay. The first raid you have ever done.
Uh huh.
Okay.
I will admit, mechanics, very easy to learn. It took me a little bit to understand them, but it was easy to learn.
Yeah.
The main thing that tried to score down was the fact it was just full of fatigue and hatred for the game that just made the whole thing unenjoyable.
Really?
Yeah, because if you don't remember, we were playing this up until like what, 5 in the morning,
I think it was 4 in the morning. I think.
something
And
like
I
that.
no no because I remember this. I feel bad for Kevin because he can't do this now. Do you remember that we had to cheese the final boss because it was getting
Yep.
late? Yeah, Zach. They patched that.
Are you kidding?
So
Oh
Kevin.
no! Oh, that poor
like
little boy.
so he has to do Wyvern legit, and you didn't.
Oh no.
Well, actually, hey, since you're gonna be there now, you're gonna also have to, you can finally do it legit finally.
That is true. I might. I
it's
might.
like it's all of a sudden Zach's like, okay, I'm actually gonna be busy.
No, I think I will just because of it needs to come full circle.
Yeah. Now
I've cheated it. Now I should do it legit.
now I remember this was the raid where let's see, it was me, you, God, I think Soul was there, and then we had the two LF Soul was there. And then we had two LFG guys.
Yeah.
So at this point, we barely had our core group that and love. Like it was majority there, but we're missing a couple people.
Yeah, we didn't have all of our friends.
Yeah, but but I will say also sorry Zach, do you have anything else?
I will say it was not terrible. It was just really hard to enjoy because of the fact it was getting so late and we ended up just cheating it just to win. Also, damage, 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 damage.
look, that is a classic. Like if you're new to that raid, you have to do that. We have to yell damage.
We have to do it with Kevin. We
Oh
have
yeah,
to.
yeah, we have to
Now we
because
can't watch this video. I just realized that.
he probably won't anyway.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But yeah,
I just
um,
thought of that.
you see, I will say this was also the start where I started, making like the raid intros, like for like the final
Oh,
bosses. And I remember for
yep.
Riven, I made the Smash Bros. One.
You did. I forgot about that.
It's like, what is your just because of that? S tier.
No, it's still D.
No. All right. Now I want to ask you this, since it was one of the most complicated encounters for the longest time, until a certain encounter recently, the vault encounter. Do you remember the
Vault
vault
encounter.
encounter?
Yeah, I remembered. I didn't really like it just because I would try to watch one side and keep ads off everybody, and then I would
Yeah.
get snuck up on from behind, and then people would be like, "You have to stand on the plate," and I'm like, "I'm getting beaten to death.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?"
Yeah, it's like I said. This was like one of the most like complicated encounters to learn until a certain one recently that
Yeah.
you know and love. But I'm sure we get to that eventually.
Oh yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to ask you about that because like I know like that was a complicated encounter to learn,
I
and I
feel
just
like I
want
could
to
handle it better now because of the fact whenever I was first one. So my first thought is, okay, ads are over on my left. I got to watch the left instead of figuring out how far away they are from the left, check how far they are from the right, and then go to which one is closer.
yeah. Yeah, and plus, remember, you did Verity, you can do this again.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it.
but
But
but still,
I definitely feel like that had something to do with it. It's just because I was new to it. I didn't really understand it. But now that I'm a little bit more experienced, I definitely think I can handle it a lot more.
okay, yeah, but, because especially now that you have more experience, and you can definitely hold you out.
Oh yeah.
All right, but anyway, is there anything else?
Yep. Well, the next one, I should say.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right, what's the next one?
Another D. Deep Stone Crypt.
Oh, that hurts. All right,
I know. Listen, I ranked it a 3. I did not mind the game itself outside of the mechanics. The gameplay itself was enjoyable. However,
I think
the
I know why
mechanic,
you ranked this so low.
yeah, the gameplay mechanics were not that great, but the main kicker was that all of the encounters were explained after they were finished, meaning that instead of having a head start like everything else, the very beginning of the raid was just done on the fly. Everything was on the fly. I had to learn as I went, and it was not fun.
Yeah, like remember, this was one of the only two raids with that LFG guy,
Yeah,
and
that's another reason it was ranked so low.
that was the main reason why. Like
Yep.
that guy, he rushed everything. He would not like help us teach you.
Yeah. But someone's trying to explain it, and he just runs in and starts the raid. And we're like,
Yeah,
okay, well, I guess we gotta go now.
yeah. Like we really wanted to teach you it, and I'm
Yeah.
sure we will once we get to it with Kevin.
Yeah, once we get to that, I can just stand there right next to him as like the little the little student again.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
But even though you ranked this list low, one of the best moments came out of this raid. You know what it is? I think I
I'm not sure.
Deep Stone Lullaby.
Oh, the song.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Okay. You know what? Just for that, that gets C.
you have to admit that's like one of the best songs in Destiny.
It is. If it
Look,
wasn't for that dude, I probably would have ranked it higher.
because it was fun. But okay, what if you like? I know this is off your experience, but what if you took him out? What would you rank it?
If I took him out, I'd probably rank it like a 6 and put it at B tier.
Okay, yeah, because like I would say I don't know if you agree with me on this. For me personally, I love the atmosphere as well of this, like because it's like a futuristic like setting, and
Yeah.
it was
Okay.
just it's just so like nice and like relaxing for some reason. Well, not like Deep Stone Lullaby is relaxing, but just like the overall like concept. But
Yeah. The idea behind it was really cool,
yeah, and
and I
then
definitely think I would have enjoyed it.
yeah, I will say
But that guy just ruined it.
this was also the introduction of Tanix,
No, that's
that
right.
the guy that dies 15,000 times and somehow always comes back.
I don't like that guy. You know,
But yeah,
I have a feeling he's another player because he just keeps hitting respawn.
do you have anything else?
No,
Now,
say we can move on.
real quick, I actually want to mention, also on the editing side, this was I think on the time where I first started doing like actual like intros for the raids, because I remember like
I think so.
I think so. I think it was either this or maybe Vault. I think it was one of the two, but I remember starting that trend.
I definitely feel like it was this one though.
I think, and I definitely feel like I made like I will say like this is like I don't know if you agree with me with this, but it feels like the more I did it, like the more we got into the raids, like when we got to like Salvation, it felt like a movie you were watching.
Kinda. Yeah, because it had so many cinematic shots because of Soul.
Yeah.
It
So
didn't just feel like a game, it actually felt like there was a story to it.
yeah, and I honestly think that's probably my favorite part about the series. But
Yeah, that was mine too.
yeah,
Although filming the cinematic shots was not very fun because we'd always have to just get into a certain frame because we only had one take because as soon as it starts, we wouldn't be able to start it again unless we completely restarted.
yeah.
So
But anyway,
it was fun, but it was very complicated.
yeah. But anyway, I wanted to say that um yeah, because like I said, I wanted to go behind the scenes a little bit and talk about my experiences. But anyway, Isaac, what is next?
This one is going to be a C.
Uh,
Prophecy.
Prophecy. Okay.
Yep.
Do you want to make it like this or
Um. No, put it. Wait. Yeah, leave it where it's at. Actually.
like this? All right.
Yeah. So game mechanics very simple, very easy to learn. Still had a lot of downsides. One of them was the cube
Oh
encounter.
my god, I knew this was coming.
I cannot get over the fact that that encounter just does not follow any form of physics. It breaks all laws of physics.
Well, to be fair,
How do you take
I mean, isn't the whole point of the dungeon though breaking like physics and
how do you take a square and turn it into a triangle?
I don't know. Do you want to ask Verity that?
We'll get to that. But how do you take a cube? Like say there's a cube in front of you. The one is facing up. If you were to push it and have the one facing away from you, where would the one face?
I mean, good point.
Away from you, right? Not
Yeah,
behind you. It wouldn't be facing towards you. Like,
but
that makes no sense. How does it do that?
I don't know.
That's the whole reason this thing got ranked so low, is if that they would have had the cube follow regular physics instead of having you try and, figure it out on the fly and then have to retry it because you're trying to bring real life logic into the game. It ruined it for me.
Let's see. I do want to ask you this question. The whole mechanics of the dungeon, like the whole you have to kill in light.
Yeah.
You get
That
like
that was
did
cool.
you think that was cool?
Yeah, I did like the little detail of, well, if you kill an enemy in the light, he produces light, and if you kill him in the dark, he produces dark. I thought that was really cool.
All right. Yeah, I was just
But
curious about that.
that cube encounter, I just cannot get over that cube encounter. You have to put dunk the light and the dark in a specific way, in a specific order and pattern, or else you can't advance. And it contradicts logic.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
tried to bring real logic into it, and you guys were like, no, that's not how it's done. And I'm like, no, this is how physics works.
yeah. No, we spent
This is how it's
so
supposed to
long.
work.
We spent so long in that cube room because of this.
Did we honestly spend like an hour and a half in there
If
alone?
I think so.
Ugh. I, don't get me wrong. Dungeon mechanics? Cool. I like them. They work. That cube? Don't even get me started. I can't stand that cube.
I will say, like, I don't know if you remember this. Like, there were times where like you thought you killed somebody in the dark, but it made light modes.
Yep.
I don't-
Because there was a small speck of light that was on him, and that countered. That counted.
yeah. I just wanted to bring that up. But yeah,
Yeah. That I didn't like. I just summed it up as a bug.
let's see. But any other thoughts about this?
No, I think I've covered everything.
Now, what's
Okay
next?
then. Next up, it's also a C, but it goes above prophecy. Vesper's host.
Oh, okay. So you want this here,
Above prophecy.
like this? Okay.
So I don't really know how to explain it. It wasn't terrible. The only reason it's going in front of prophecy is because of the fact prophecy was still good in its own right, but only had like one major drawback that just dropped the score. Vesper's host, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't enjoyable. It's just I don't know how to explain it honestly.
I
It's
will.
not bad,
I will say
but
it was the hardest dungeon you've done.
it wasn't bad.
Yeah, yeah. No, it is now for me personally my favorite dungeon.
Yeah, it's not awful by any means. It's definitely not duality. Duality that that can burn in a ginormous fire and the witness's
Great
skull, and I
balls of
couldn't care
fire.
less. Huh?
The great balls of fire.
Yeah, it's definitely not duality, but it's not it's not awful. It's just not something I would ever want to play again.
Yeah. I will say a good real quick. Like for like the background footage. Me and Soul before we recorded this, we were actually worried about you doing the final boss
Why?
because that damage, like the whole damage phase, it is so hard to survive.
I didn't think I did too bad, did I?
Yeah, no, you didn't. You did die a couple times if I remember correctly, but
Yeah, but
we were thinking you were gonna die a lot more. But yeah. Anyway,
I did better than expected.
yeah. But yeah, anything else about this?
No, I'd say that's all.
But yeah, I did hear you mention it, but I do remember you were majorly struggling with one of the bosses because do you remember the servitor boss?
Yep.
Now, sadly, I couldn't show this in the video because for some reason his footage keeps on getting corrupted and it was at 2 frames per second.
We fixed it.
Yeah,
We
we
fixed
fixed it,
it.
but I didn't show it. But Isaac, I'm sure you remember that when you like separate the servitors, you have to find the two that's different. I remember you saying that you couldn't find the difference at all.
Yeah, that one was so stupid.
Yeah, like
That was one of the reasons it dragged the score down because overall it's not bad. That's what I was mostly looking at is just overall
yeah,
on what the rate is, but overall it's not terrible. It's just not something I would want to ever do again.
yeah. Alright. But anyway, anything else about this?
Yeah.
No. All right. What is next?
Next up, it's also a C, but it's going at the very end. Kane's Fall.
Oh. Okay, so you want to put it here?
Yeah.
All right.
So first couple encounters, not very fun. They were really difficult to understand. The game mechanics were kind of confusing, and everything just seemed repetitive.
Okay, yeah, I
But
think I can understand.
yeah, but the end game was very enjoyable. I actually caught myself smiling a time or two, which is why I called it a 5 because it was a little bit of good, but also a little bit of bad. It was kind of like right down the middle,
Yeah.
which is why I kind of wish we could put it in between B and C because it was actually the only one that was like dead center.
I mean,
It's the only 5 on the whole list.
technically speaking, if you want, I can add another tier.
Yeah, just make another tier. Just King's Fall. Just
All right,
just name it that.
all right.
Yeah, King's Fall. It was a little bit it was a little bit good, a little bit bad. Overall, it wasn't terrible. The beginning,
Yeah.
I don't want to play the beginning again, but I'll definitely play the end. I'll
Let's
definitely
see.
play the second half of it
Let's see.
gladly.
Like the actual opening encounter. I admit I was never the biggest fan of. Then you
No,
got to like
it
the jumping.
sucks.
Yeah. Then you got to the jumping ships, and that
Yeah.
was a cool jumping puzzle. But
It was difficult to grasp until you got the handle of it.
yeah.
But
And then for me personally, I love the totems encounter. I don't know why.
yes.
I love the idea of like a relay race type encounter
Yeah,
because
I don't know why either. It just seems like a fun idea and it worked. It
because for
worked really well.
because for me personally, Zach, I don't know if you agree with me on this. I love encounters where the majority of the fire team's doing something.
Yeah,
It's
I that's the main thing I hate about some of these is that it was just me standing still.
yeah,
I hated that.
yeah, like honestly, like I said, if the majority of the fire team's doing something, I love it. And mind you, it's a relay race, so you have one person on each plate. One like the next two are getting the buffs, so you can like switch out with them, and then
Yeah,
like it was
everyone
just
has a job.
yeah, and I love that. I loved it in Destiny One because remember this was originally in Destiny One, which people hated that encounter in Destiny One. I never understood why, but I definitely
Hmm.
think it's way better now because like in Destiny 1 it's the same concept, but do you remember in Destiny 2 you had to kill the enemies, and the more you killed the more like buffs you got?
Yeah,
The main difference compared that to Destiny 1 is that in Destiny 1 like as soon as the timer ran out and you switched, you got times 10 buffs no matter what, so you literally
that
just had to
seems
go
like
back
it
and
makes
forth.
it a little too easy.
It kind of was, and that was like I think that was like the main complaint about it, that and it was boring. But yeah, War Priest, the first boss, he had a lot of health. But yeah, like that, like the boss, it was easy to understand. I think. Do you remember?
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
that is one of the upsides to it was that the boss was kind of easy to understand,
yeah.
but it's
Um,
just
then
this the beginning mechanics, they were just not fun.
yeah, just like the two balls, you have to like combine them, like pretty much like dunk it to the same statue. I never
Yeah.
liked that one,
Mm.
but I wanted to ask you, how do you like orcs, the final boss?
Okay, yeah. That was actually really fun.
Yeah, yeah. I just want, yeah, like I said, I just want to hear your opinions. That's all.
Yeah. Did you start the recording back up?
I did,
Okay. Just making sure.
but
Ugh.
yeah, but yeah. Do you have anything else about this Wade?
No.
All right, we have 7 left. Wait,
And we also
yeah,
have our
7.
first B tier.
Ooh, all right. What's next?
Grasp of Avarice.
Ah, yes, grasp.
So, overall, the gameplay was actually enjoyable. The mechanics were very easy to understand. I overall had a good experience. However, the score was dragged down because the encounter just felt very repetitive and borderline boring.
I think I might know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I think you do.
Is it the one that's in the picture with the servitor and you have to like
Yeah,
launch?
Yeah, that's the one.
Easily the worst part of the dungeon. I 1000% agree with you on that one.
Yep.
I hate it. It's like fine,
Overall,
fine. If there was only if only you had to launch it 2 times, that's fine. That will actually will be more fun, at least in my opinion. But then you
yeah,
have to launch it 4 times.
even 3 would have been fine.
But
Even
four,
3.
four felt way too repetitive.
Yeah. Because 3, it's like, okay, this is getting boring. Let's do something else. And then, oh, we're done. 4, it's like, oh, yeah, we just did this thing 3 times. Now we're bored of it. Now we can do it again.
Yeah,
No, no, no. Overall, though, the rest of it was actually kind of fun, I will admit.
let's see.
But
Is it like
one encounter.
even though this was like the trolling dungeon.
Yeah. Oh, make sure you jump through that. Death.
Yeah, me and Soul was so excited to record this one with you because
Yeah.
we
That
we
one.
we knew what was coming, and we were just excited.
Yeah. Overall, it was actually fun, even though I kept
Yeah,
dying due to spikes and.
that's gonna be fun with Kevin.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna tell him about every single troll and just be like, oh yeah, just go through that door.
All right, but anyway, is there anything else about this dungeon?
No, that one's
No.
actually a very short one.
All right, we have 6
Neat.
left.
Yep. The next one, also a B tier. Vault of Glass.
Vault of glass. Okay. Now, do you want me? Is it like this?
It was enjoyable. I actually really liked it. The game mechanics were simple, the encounters were simple. It was easy to understand and didn't require too much pre-game knowledge as like lore based basically and knowledge of the game itself. It would make a really good like new light raid if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Basically your
This
first
this
raid. It
yeah.
would be a good one.
You're right on the point with that. This and Rune Nightmares was considered like the beginner raids.
Root of Nightmares?
Yeah. Surprisingly, a lot of people agree on that one. Like that, it's like a beginner raid.
Why?
They think the mechanics easy and it's easy to learn.
I will say that about Vault of Glass 10 times out of 10. Root of Nightmares, it can get launched into the sun for all I care.
Yeah.
No. Who are these people?
Um.
Do
The
we know
Des
these people?
It's called the Destiny community.
Never mind, that makes sense. Um, yeah, I would say Vaulted Glass makes a good introductory raid.
Yeah.
Definitely not Root of Nightmares.
But yeah, Vault of Glass is definitely a beginner friendly raid. I
Oh
remember. I
yeah,
think. I will say this was the only other raid with the LFG guy. Do you remember that?
I think it was. I think it was like the last one we did.
I think it was either this one or Deepstone. I don't remember which one came first. But I remember the behind the scene secrets again. Um, before we did one of the either Vault of Glass or Deepstone. I don't remember which one. We were looking for one more because our the other guy he couldn't make it on time and etc. So we had to find somebody else real quick. And so I put up a LFG post, and the guy joined, and he said, oh yeah, guys, I played with you guys before. I think to myself like, what? So I was doing like research on my other monitor. I saw it was like the same guy from like that from one of the other raids. I'm like, oh no, because I deleted the messages. So like when he messaged me, it was a brand new like message. So I didn't see the other previous messages that he sent. So I didn't know it was him at the time. But yeah, outside of that, I'll agree with you on that. I was anyway, Zach. Anything else?
Yeah, I think he showed up in the what was it? Deepstone or was it Crota's End?
No, it was definitely not Crota. Because I remember Crota, since it was Voids, which was one of our friends.
Yeah, it was Deepstone.
Yeah, it
And
was
that's when
Deep
we
Stone.
said, yeah, we're just not gonna
Yeah,
do it with him anymore.
it
And
was Deep
then,
Stone and Vault of Glass. I don't remember
yep,
which one came first. I think we did Vault of Glass first.
I'm not sure.
But the point still stands.
Yeah, after we realized it was him the second time, we blocked him. We all blocked him.
Yeah,
Because we didn't have to worry about running into him again.
yeah, and then we have a consistent 6-man group. And we never have to worry about LG again.
And it works. It works every time.
Yep. Alright, anyway, Zach, anything else about Vault of Glass?
Nope.
No? Alright, what's next?
Another B. Under the sea.
Under the
Under
sea!
Ghost of the Deep.
Alright, now, do we put it, like, where do we put it?
I say we put it above Vault.
Above Vault? Like this?
Yep.
Alright.
So, it was really simple to understand. The water mechanics were amazing. Jumping encounter, not great, but still good otherwise. So
now,
overall, it was
that,
a half decent raid. I
that
actually
took
really
20
enjoyed it.
minutes for that jumping part.
I know. That's the only reason it wasn't voted higher.
See, I will say, you agree me on this? Look, we had a great time playing it.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Yeah, that one was actually really enjoyable. Otherwise, the jumping
Alright.
encounter had kind of dragged the score down, but for the most part, it was a really good raid. It was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah. Um now now for me personally, I have to disagree on that one.
What?
I don't like the dungeon. It's just me personally.
Get out of here.
Look, look, that was the only time where I actually had fun playing that dungeon.
Well, I'm glad it was with me.
Yeah, exactly. No, like I just like the opening encounter. Do you remember when you said about uh in grass about like launching it 4 times? If you remember the opening encounter of Ghost, you had to do like the mechanic 4 times to
Yeah, which
advance.
is why it wasn't higher. But the main majority of the dungeon kind of made up for it.
Yeah, mainly under the sea.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. I will say like not my favorite dungeon, but hey,
Yeah, the beginning was repetitive, but
it's
overall, it was a fairly half decent raid. I
yeah
did enjoy it.
dungeon.
You get what I mean?
But yeah, alright. Anything else about this?
Nope. And I think we're ready for our first A tier.
Well, we have 4 left. Okay.
Oh yeah. Just wait. You're not gonna like this. First A tier. Vow of the Disciple.
That hurts.
I know. I know. It was an 8. 8 out of 10. It was almost a 10. Almost. Overall, fun experience. Especially the daunting mechanic on the final encounter.
Oh
Great
yeah.
mechanics, great visuals. Had we cleared it on the first try, it would have been a 10.
But I'm assuming because we did beat Woke on the first try. Or second.
Yeah, I think we had like what, 4 attempts on him?
I think 4,
Maybe
maybe
5?
5.
Yeah. That was the main reason it wasn't higher. Because I was just so sick and tired of the final encounter. Overall, it was a really good raid, I will say that. It
Mm-hmm.
was honestly really good.
Yeah. I said this in the video. It's my all-time favorite raid.
Yeah.
I
Had we
love it.
cleared it, first try, solid 10, no doubt about it. But just the fact that we had to keep redoing it over and over and
Let's
over
see.
again just ruined it for me.
Let's see. I think you also agree with me on this. If we talk about the negatives, the opening encounter as a whole,
Yeah,
that even
I
I
was
will
willing to
say
look
I
past it.
hate.
I was willing to look
Yeah,
past it on
because
that.
it's technically not considered a encounter, hence why you know, not considered one.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah, literally outside of that, I honestly think every encounter is perfectly designed.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of the very few raids that I will actually gladly play again.
Oh yeah, I can't wait
Yeah.
to play this with Kevin.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was actually a lot of fun, but just
Um.
that final encounter is what really killed it.
Yeah. Like. I love the final boss just because he's different.
Yeah, I like
He's
the idea of him.
he's a brand new race that we have never seen and never seen again. His lore really good. His design amazing.
Yeah,
Now, if I if I
honestly.
if I have to nitpick, the first half of the boss fight or like the encounter, like actually like getting up to the damage phase, it can sometimes get a little like repetitive, but
Yeah,
that
because
is like
that was the
nitpicking.
main reason I didn't like it was because we had to keep doing that over and over
Yeah.
again.
Now, one of my favorite facts about that boss, Zach, I don't know. I think we said this in the video. Um, did you know that in the lore, Walk died because he was too cocky?
Really?
Yeah, like he was like. Here's the thing: he was so strong. If he actually took us seriously, lore wise, we couldn't. As soon as we entered his pyramid ship, we would have died. That's how strong he
Really?
is. Yeah, but
So
since
because he was cocky, he let us in.
yeah, and he wanted to like pretty much he wanted to see how strong we are, and so he put like, and that was why during the whole fight he was like like teasing us and not taking us seriously. But it was until Final
Okay.
Stand where he's like, "Oh shit, I'm about to die. I'm going all out."
Okay.
So lore
That
wise, he died because he was cocky.
that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and hence why like throughout the whole raid, he was like talking to us, not like that, not like how the witness did in Salvation, but like he was like saying like stuff like not kings, not gods, disciples. Like yeah,
Okay.
I just love that fact.
Hmm.
I do
I
I
should
do
also mention that everything after Vow of the Disciple is a raid I will gladly play again. I should probably mention that.
really so like you play like wait, that would mean you do know Rune Numbers came after Val, right?
No, I mean like everything in my list.
Oh, okay.
Including Vow of the Disciple. Everything after it I will gladly play again.
Yeah, and I do want to ask you this, just because it's also another one of my all time favorite encounters. It was the encounter before Walk. Do you remember that encounter where like we had to like carry like the three artifacts throughout each room and figure out like the
Yeah,
two
oh
symbols?
yeah.
For me personally, I always said that is like the like as like close as you get to a perfect non boss encounter because
Yeah.
everybody's doing
It,
something. It was hectic. I find it fun.
it was hectic, but it was more like controlled chaos, if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah,
Like there was a lot going on, but everyone knew what they were doing because everyone had their own job.
yeah, exactly. Because right off the bat, the three people had artifacts, so and like and then like the other people had to read the symbols and etc.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which
that's one of the reasons it was actually gonna be a 10 had we not had to do it over and over and over again.
yeah, yeah. Like overall, this is my all time favorite raid. I is pretty much nearly yours.
Yeah. It honest to God, it would have been a 10.
Yeah. but it wasn't
It's a
for us
shame.
taking that long because we were that bad at the game.
uh,
No.
moving on.
Real quick, I do also want to mention, Val was by far the hardest video I had to edit.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
I will say that it's either that or Salvation. Because Val, the boss fight, I had to deal with 4 POVs.
Yeah, there's just so much going on.
Yeah. And then top of that, I was trying something new where like I shared like I'll like me and yours screen at the same time. Yeah. On the editing side,
Yeah, I was
one of
not
my
expecting that to
hardest.
be easy.
Yeah, one of my hardest I've ever edited. Anyway,
But hey,
what's
you
next?
did it. Now you know how to do it again.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, what's next?
Next is another A. Spire of the Watcher.
Oh. Alright.
So
Is
I
this
ranked
okay?
it a 9. No, move it on the other side of Val.
Alright,
Yeah.
so you think Spy is better?
Yeah.
Alright.
Slightly. Like if you had them right next to each other, it's only a little bit better.
Okay.
So I ranked it a 9. The gameplay, enjoyable. The mechanics, easy to understand. Overall, it was a really good experience. The only reason it wasn't higher is because it wasn't until after the end we realized a new teaching mechanism where we would explain how to do the raid before we started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons it wasn't higher was because it took till the end to actually understand that hey, maybe we should try something different.
Yeah. Actually remember us originally doing that with Ghost as well. Where like if you remember like if you would get onto like the right idea, we'd be like, yes, there you go. Like
Yep.
instead of being like, I
Positive
don't
reinforcement.
know, maybe.
Yeah, instead of I don't know, airplane,
Yeah, no. Yeah, no,
sandwich. No.
yeah, because we were like, okay, yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, it
Now,
made it fun because then I was like, okay, I'm doing something right.
yes.
What else can I figure out?
I mean, I hate the fact it took us that long to figure that out,
Yeah, me too.
but hey, at least now I know for the future.
The ends justify the means.
Yes. But yeah, I'll also say
Ugh.
best armor set because cowboy hat.
Yeah, I never got it.
Sad.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really upset if Kevin gets it.
Like, yeah.
I also, I also realized through all of this that there was only like 2 raids I got the exotic in. Everything else I just got armor.
I mean, I actually no. It might be the only like you like if we're talking about exotic like raid like weapons. I think the only one you got was Forgotten because I don't think you got any other ones.
I'm not sure. I thought it was 2. It might have
Um.
only been
Okay.
1.
If we're talking about like dungeons included, technically yeah, because of Galahorn. But if we're
No,
talking
I was
about
thinking
just
just raids.
yeah, we're talking about raids, then I remember Garden for sure. Yeah, no, I think the only exotic you got is from Garden.
Yeah. It honestly might be the only one.
Yeah, and that was pretty much guaranteed because we had to do the quest for it. But
Pretty much.
alright, but anyway, let's see, Zach. This is your highest rated dungeon actually.
No, it's not.
Well, dungeon wise, not raid.
Oh, dungeon. Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
because in terms of dungeon, it's your highest. Alright, but anyway, alright, so we're down to the final 2 rates.
Yep.
Garden of Salvation or Salvation's Edge. Now,
A tier. Huh?
I'm actually curious about which one they're gonna put next. I'm actually curious.
Well, the next one is an A tier.
Alright.
Garden of Salvation.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, I was not expecting that. Alright. Where do we put it?
Right to the very end.
Like right here? All right.
So that one at for a very long time was my highest ranked raid was because I was saving a 10 for one I thought was better than that. And
It would have been Val.
there would have been two, I believe, that both would have gotten a 10 had it not been for issues that came up. So for a while, Garden was my highest range raid.
Yeah.
Just because of the mechanics. They were easy to understand. Everything was so picturesque. It was so pretty and
It
vibrant.
really was. It was a
The
beautiful raid.
gameplay, oh my god, you have no idea. It was amazing. I had my HDR on. It was gorgeous.
God. Jinren, you can make that into a wall, like I put it in like the picture, the waterfall. You can make that into a wallpaper.
I
And
have a different one in mind, actually.
really okay.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, overall, it was actually a really enjoyable raid. I will gladly play it again.
You know, let's see, Zach.
Everything was easy to understand. The mechanics were easy, and it was just so pretty. I just can't get over it. It was so pretty.
Hey Zach, do you want to hear something shocking?
Huh.
You actually changed my mind about this raid. Before I played it with you, I didn't like this raid, but after playing with you on it, I grown to like it more.
Yeah, I will say the only downside I really found to that raid was, if I'm thinking of the right one, where we all had to stand in a pattern, we're all connected,
Um,
and then we had
um,
to try and match the pattern.
that was just because that was that you technically didn't have to technically do that for the for like the raid. That was for the exotic, but I still get your point.
Oh, yeah, that was the only like real downside to that
Yeah,
raid was that.
yeah, because if I'm remember
Overall,
that
I loved it.
if I'm thinking of that was towards the end, I believe, where we had to like stand like together, and then we had to like move to each plate, matching.
Yep.
Yeah, that was for the exotic, and I will
Okay.
say, this was technically where we got our full group, technically speaking, because
Yeah,
this was where
actually,
this was where we met Oscar.
I think you're right.
So technically speaking, after this moment, we technically got a core group.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that leads right into my S tier,
Wow. So alright.
where our core group finalized Salvation's Edge.
Really, I am actually surprised.
I did have a change of heart. So, since I originally ranked it as a 2, and then we did go on to play Excision,
Yeah. Which do you want to include that in like the salvation spot, or do you want to cut that at its
yeah,
own? Alright.
no, we'll include it because it is still technically part of the raid.
Okay.
And that's kind of what brought the score back, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because the raid itself, not great. I didn't really like it. I think that earned a 2. But the Excision, it kind of made up for it because, it raid itself kind of sucked in some spots, like the shape mechanic. It was confusing at first, but once I got the hang of it, it was easy to understand. It was actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
And the other thing I didn't like was the jumping and moving during damage phase, because I did not
Uh.
understand it. I still
Now,
didn't understand it.
now, oddly enough, there was actually only one major boss where you had to actually move around during damage phase. Technically speaking, that was Walk in Val.
Really?
Yeah. If you like, technically speaking, he was the only like Walk is the only other boss where you technically have to constantly move around and to avoid his attacks. They would talk about
That makes sense.
like raids, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, because just to go through quick, like Volta Glass, like Atheon, like, he stood in one place. He shot at you, but he stood in one place. Crota, Like he pretty much stayed in one area. Last Wish, obviously Riven stayed in one area. Deep Stone, Tank stayed in like the middle. King's Fall, Orcs like stood still. You get my point. Like the
Yeah.
Witness and Walk are the only ones where you had to constantly move around.
Well,
And
with the witness, he technically stood still. It was just his attack that moved.
yeah, then Walk. If you count the bits of that, then yeah, Walk is the one that constantly moves around.
Yeah, 'cause he was the
But
only one that was actually like physically moving.
yeah,
But yeah, if I were to give this a ranking based on the whole thing, excision included, I I would give it a 10,
really.
to be perfectly honest.
So so
The
so that
main
means so that means Salvation's your favorite raid then.
yeah,
Wow.
had we gotten the shape mechanic down pat sooner, 'cause you gotta admit, when we first started trying to do it, it was confusing, but I did get the hang of it fairly quickly, and
Yeah.
then we had that ginormous gap
Yeah.
where pretty much everyone forgot,
Yeah. Like
and then
I will say, like that was the reason why we were teasing Verity so much throughout the series. We knew how difficult it was to
yeah,
learn.
but once you started doing it, it actually wasn't all that difficult.
Yeah, but the problem was learning it.
Yeah, learning it, I will say, is
That
definitely in its own
that
category.
and the fact that like fashion actually mattered in the encounter and
Yeah, that was so
dying.
stupid.
like like they literally put out all the stops. Hence why but whenever Salvation first came out and people like it was during like the raid race, people called it Vault 2.0, which if you remember Vault was in Last Wish because of how complex it was to learn. But
Yeah,
honestly,
okay.
like once you figure it out, it's honestly so fun.
Yeah. Once I got the hang of it, it was actually really enjoyable.
Yeah.
And another thing that made up for, the two was the end game, where everyone's just in the air, just taking every ounce of strength they can to take down the witness, and the cinematic scenes.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I love that because yeah, like one fire team, like, went in and took down like make sure like the witness like took his hands off like the light essentially to stop like,
Yeah,
the universe from ending. And then everybody else literally just stormed in to fully kill off the witness. And I mean everybody. Which
it
I
literally
love.
felt like an all-out brawl.
Yeah. It felt like a war. Which
Yeah,
I
that's
loved.
that's honestly what saved the score.
I love that because even you have to admit that was badass. Because you
It felt awesome.
like all of your allies with you, where you tried to fight forward. I
It was so cool.
I love it. I honestly love it. But yeah, now do you want to ask you what about the other encounters? Like like how was like the first encounter, for
That
example?
one was actually kind of fun. I gotta admit, that one was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, like it was easy to understand, at least in my opinion.
Very. It was so easy to understand. That's why I thought it was so fun.
Yeah, and then after that, yeah, I think we had to do two or three times. I don't remember. I think it was three. Yeah,
Yeah. It wasn't super repetitive. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a little repetitive, but it wasn't overbearing,
it wasn't
if that makes sense.
doing it four times by launching sodas. Tedious and boring.
Yeah, that I don't ever want to do that again. I think 3 is like the magic number because like
Yeah,
2 feels too short, 4 way
way
too
too
long.
much. Yeah,
3, it's like right in the middle because you do it again, and then you're on number 3, and it's like, okay, last stand, get it done.
yeah. and then you got to the first actual boss fight, not the witness, but the herald of finality. Uh, do you do you remember that encounter?
Yeah, that was a little confusing at first, but overall, it was actually kind of fun. I actually really enjoyed it.
All right.
I think the main reason I gave it such a low score was just because I was tired and I just wanted it to be over
Yeah,
with.
yeah, and this is once again another behind the scenes secret. This was the only raid where it took like 2 days to complete,
Yeah.
and it was on purpose, not on accident.
No, we
On
split it.
not unlike Weird Nightmares, where we had to do record it 2 times. No, we knew we were not complete it all in one night. We knew that. We knew that going in. So
We knew
so
what we
like
signed up for.
so you will. Let's say for like the keen eye viewers, which I mean also put in like put like a title in when we like recorded for the second time. Once we reached Verity, we all agreed because we recorded this like not even a week before the DLC came out, and we knew that they were gonna reset everybody's power level to 10, and we had to like regrind and get strong again. So we all agreed that hey, let's wait a couple weeks and see how everybody's doing. So you will see that in like the video, you know, it's completely different. Because that is because we recorded over like a month essentially. Is probably the best way to put it.
Yeah, that one took so long to get done.
Yeah. And it took so long that I decided to main a new class. Which hence why the sudden jump scare of me being a warlock all of a sudden at the end.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, mom mode.
Oh, I forgot about that. Mom's day out.
Yes, mom's on vacation. Yeah. I just like we knew it was gonna be like a two like night encounter raid essentially. But then it turned into
Yeah.
nearly a month.
Yeah. Yeah, we knew it wasn't gonna take too long, so
Yeah.
we split it up and
Yeah.
a month went
I
by.
want to ask you, like, at least for me personally, this is the worst encounter. It was the one before Verity. This was like the one where it's like the first encounter, but like the wire is like change on where you need to go.
I actually didn't mind that one all that much, just because it still followed the same principle and it was still easy to understand for the most part.
Yeah. Like for me personally, I think that was definitely the weakest part because it was literally just the first encounter. It honestly felt like, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, it felt a little repetitive because
Yeah.
it was almost the exact same thing.
Yeah. And then we get to like the second part of us recording a month later with Verity. Oh boy. Look, we are all excited to do Verity. We'll all say that. And yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't terrible.
Like I'm actually wondering like how long is Kevin gonna take to learn Verity?
It's gonna be a while.
Cause you know that. Like you know Kevin.
It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a
And
lot of stuff getting thrown away because we can't use the footage.
yeah. Cause Zach, you also had to agree with this. Like you actually had to like you had to stay alive the whole time. Cause
Yeah,
remember
you
you
cannot die.
yeah. If not that, like yeah, like it'll be like little like disarray for a little bit, but then we can get back into action. But past that, like like here's the thing: the majority of people were doing something, which I love, because you had the three people in, and then the three people out. The
It
normal
still
way,
followed the same concept of everyone has a job.
yeah. I will say, the one thing is that like the majority of the time, on the outside, Zach, we didn't explain this, and I wanted to learn it, but Oscar never like teach the outside part. So we had God doing every single time. So, technically speaking, you had to, I believe you had to make 3D shapes outside, essentially,
I have
like
no
right off
idea.
the
I was never
bat.
on outside.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. Like on the outside, you had to make 3D shapes to give to like the inside people, essentially. That is essentially what
Hmm.
the outside did, essentially. Because instead of you
Yeah,
like passing like triangle to square, the outside person had
yeah,
to like combine those two, and then I believe pass it on.
yeah. If I was going to do this one again with Kevin, I would definitely want to be on the inside.
Yeah, and Kevin has to be in the inside too.
Yeah, but he may honestly just get fed up with it and throw it just so someone else can take over.
Yeah, but
So we got to watch for that.
yeah, because we have to watch out for him. But I have a feeling he'll get it eventually.
Oh yeah,
But
he'll catch on.
and yeah, but yeah, like I said before, Verity probably the most unique encounter in my opinion, because you like one of the mechanics he had to literally die and spectate.
Yeah, that mechanic was a little confusing at first because I had my what was it, my brightness or my saturation? I had something way too high and I could not see anything.
Yeah,
So I was pretty much just no help.
yeah, like that was so unique because like never before has dying is a mechanic. Literally
Yeah, it
never.
was new. It was unique, but it was also a cool mechanic because
Yeah,
it's like, okay, now I gotta help be the eyes from the other world,
but
basically.
I don't know if you agree with me on this. Let's see, Zach. Do you remember how you felt when we beat Verity?
Oh, I was so thrilled. It's like
Like
just a weight was like off of my shoulders.
it was like once you beat it, like it was so like rewarding.
The main thing that felt rewarding was just the fact that it was finally over. Tell
Like
Yeah, your
who that
blur is
is,
too
but
high.
someone
Ours
is
3.
3.
Yeah,
here
ours
we go,
3.
guys. We did
Oh,
it!
we're done.
Oh my
Let's
lord!
go!
Dark, are
Oh,
you
we're
fucking
Thanks for the
kidding me?
follow.
Can you go hold the circle, bro?
Let's go! Yeah, that is
Because
definitely
at the
true.
end of it, we were just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And then finally we were done. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't ever have to do that again.
Well, not yet, at least.
Uh, but overall, I actually really liked Salvation's Edge. I may have given it a really bad score in the beginning, but once I finally understood how the mechanics worked and I had a chance to look at it when I'm not dead tired and half asleep at my
yeah.
desk,
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed it. I actually did
Yeah.
have a really good
And
time in
I
it.
will say that is like the one thing I was sad about, that the fact that you sadly couldn't do like the witnesses mechanic.
This mechanic?
Yeah, because remember it was getting extremely late, and we all just agreed that instead of holding off once again, we were just gonna put you on ad clear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that sucked,
Oh well.
but
We'll do it whenever Kevin's done.
yeah, exactly. And plus, he wants to do the new raid as well, so that'll be new for you
The
too.
new raid.
Yeah, the newest raid that came out with the DLC. But anyway, Zach, anything else about Salvation?
Not about salvation, but I did a little bit of math.
Oh yeah.
So you know how I said I had a surprise after we did the tier list?
Yeah.
Well, I decided to add up all the rankings I gave
Yeah.
and give Destiny 2 a score. You know, the game that hates new players.
Yeah.
You wanna know what its score was? That
What?
I think this score is very fitting, and it should just be the new score for Destiny 2. I added up all the rankings I gave it through every raid and every dungeon, and I added them all together
Alright.
and got an average of 4.7 out of 10.
Oh my god. Really?
Yep.
Oh my
And that
god.
was including the score of 10.
Wow. Okay.
Which, if we want to go off of my original score, we can do that real quick.
Oh no.
If we just go off of my original score of 2 for Salvation's Edge, we get a 4.1.
Wow. Okay.
So, Destiny 2, 4.7 out of 10.
Below average. All
Oh,
right.
gotta love it.
All right, Zach. And now with this, I don't believe there's any other rankings I want you to do. Unless something you want to do every single encounter separately, but
No.
yeah, with this, like pretty much your New Light series is now over.
Does that mean I get to be a Sherpa?
Yes, you can be a
Sweet.
Sherpa. Alright, Zach. Your first goal: teach Verity to Kevin. There you go.
No.
Alright. Anyway. Alright.
I didn't sign up for this.
So guys, if you guys wanted to figure it out, we were actually gonna do we wanted to do this with the other person that we started with, but he quit at the beginning.
It was actually supposed to be a team.
Yeah. And so as a result, he wanted to come back and do it again. So
I
it's pretty
wanted
much
a second chance.
it's gonna be season 2 essentially. Alright, Zach, and with that, alright, Zach, like that, your series is now over.
Oh boy.
Alright, till the next journey.
Bye bye.
Alright, see ya.